there. For more on this, let's welcome in commentary editor for the Washington Times and Newsmax contributor Kelly Sadler and National Advisory Board member at Project 21 and principal at Red Tail Strategies, Christopher Arps, back with us. Panel, great to have you on this morning. Good to be back. Feels like it's been a while.
Back.
Good to see everyone again. Yeah, Kelly, good to see you. Kelly, we'll start with you. Peter Baker wrote in the New York Times over the weekend that Democrats want a fighter in 2024. Could it already be over for Joe Biden?
Well, when the New York Times turns on you, things are not looking good. I mean, they basically set the agenda for the Democratic Party. Yesterday, they had an article questioning Joe Biden's age and the fact that he's going to be in his mid-80s if he takes on a second term, and is that good for the country? And today, they have an article saying, with their own polling, saying that 64% of Democrats don't want Biden to run in the second term. They want a new standard bearer.
Wow.
So you're seeing this coming from the New York Times, two subsequent articles back to back, questioning if Joe Biden should be running again. And I think you're going to see when the Democrats make their decision, is you're going to see a slew of Hunter Biden articles. The mainstream media has been resisting them so far, but when we start seeing the New York Times and the Washington Post start questioning Hunter Biden's financial ties when his father was vice president and then outside of the office, that's when we know that they're about to put Joe Biden on.
That's interesting,
and I
Kelly.
think that time is coming.
Yeah, Chris, to Kelly's point, we are starting to see some of the mainstream media switch, change their narrative, start to talk about the economy, inflation. Do you see this continuing?
I do see this continuing because the mainstream media knows that they are responsible for Joe Biden being elected. They didn't give him the same type of coverage that they gave President Trump during the campaign. They allowed him to hide out in his basement for the entire campaign. And we elected a president who now we see is not capable of doing the job. I think the mainstream media also is trying to reclaim some of their credibility by now appearing that they're doing some journalism by calling out Joe Biden and his family. But I think they're just trying to restore some of their credibility because they see the handwriting on the wall that Joe Biden will not be running for president in 2024.
Yeah, really interesting points. And I've got to bring this up. I know this poll dates to last Tuesday, but it's one of those situations. I'm sitting on the beach with the family and I see this Monmouth poll and I was like, oh, it's one of those days.
I saw that.
I wanted to be working just so I could talk about this. So Monmouth last week, and if you've heard this before, just indulge me. 88% of Americans say that the country is headed in the wrong direction, up from 86% 2 weeks prior. Kelly, 88%, you couldn't, literally, I thought about this on the beach, you could not get 88% of kids to say they like ice cream.
No, but listen, Americans aren't stupid. We're confronted with high gas prices, high grocery prices. Yes, our wages are rising, but they're not rising as fast as inflation is. Yeah. And that's voters' number one concern. And this administration has been flat-footed in their response to that. They've been refusing to unleash American oil and gas production, which is the key to this, right? Higher gas prices mean higher costs for truckers to get the goods to the stores, right, which translate into higher consumer good prices. And this is really the crux of the issue that the Joe Biden administration refuses to address. They've been doing these gimmicky type of deals to bring down the price of gas. And the reason why the price of gas is actually going down is because demand is going down.
Yeah, and we'll get into that.
People are driving less.
Sorry, Kelly. We'll get into that a little bit later. Joe Biden obviously headed to Saudi Arabia Wednesday. So that's the situation we thought maybe it might be a Joe Biden, Donald Trump rematch in 2024, but maybe not so fast. The AP on Saturday had an interesting article basically pointing out that a lot of candidates on the Republican side realize that 2024 is their year, whether they like it or not, because Democrats are so weak in the White House. And then Governor of Maryland Larry Hogan is on yesterday, and he says that Donald Trump is suddenly losing his influence. By the way, Donald Trump heading into midterms has got one of the best endorsement records we've ever seen. But according to Larry Hogan, who many say is running for president, he's losing his influence. Take a listen.
Trump's influence is diminishing. So I'm on the RGA executive committee. There were 5 different governors where Trump was attacking them. All of them won. I mean, I went down and did events for Brian Kemp. A couple of my staffers are down working in his campaign. Brian Kemp won by 52 points, and Brad Little won, and Kay Ivey won, and a number of other, all the incumbent governors that Trump went after have won their primaries.
Chris, to his point, do you agree? But also, if you look at the list of people that may put their hat in the ring on the Republican side, I mean, there is a long list and a lot of qualified people there.
Yeah.
I don't think President Trump's influence has drained or at all. I think that's the talking point among the rhino anti-Trump Republicans. But I'm here in Missouri, and as you know, we have a very contested Senate race. We've got 5 candidates, and they are all vying for President Trump's endorsement. And if President Trump endorses any one of those 5 or 6 candidates, they're going to win Missouri. So I don't see his influence waning at all. I think that's just a rhino talking point.
Great point, Chris Arps. What, by the way, that race, and I know Eric Greitens is surrounded. He's been surrounded by controversy recently. Is he still leading in the most recent polls there in Missouri?
There are 2 polls that have come out recently, and they have shown one AG Eric Greitens ahead, and another poll has shown Vicky Hartzler, the congresswoman, in ahead. Yeah. Greitens has gone down to 3rd place in both these polls.
It is going to be so interesting to see what happens there. Donald Trump held a rally in Alaska over the weekend for Kelly Chewbacca, who's running for Senate out there. She could upset Lisa Murkowski in the primaries, and of course Sarah Palin. Donald Trump says that he told you Elon Musk wasn't going to buy Twitter. Take a listen.
Elon is not going to buy Twitter. Where did you hear that before? From me. You know, he said the other day, oh, I've never voted for a Republican. I said, I didn't know that. He told me he voted for me. So he's another bullshit artist, but he's not going to be buying it. He's not going to be buying it.
Okay, so could there be more to this?
Yes.
Trump, Kelly suddenly calling out Elon Musk. Don't forget, Elon Musk endorsed. He's already endorsed Ron DeSantis in 2024. Is there more to this, Kelly?
Well, I mean, Trump has Truth Social, right? It's a competitor to Twitter. Yep. So it's in President Trump's advantage and his company's advantage if Elon Musk does not purchase Twitter and turn it more, make it less biased, make it a true, true freedom of speech platform, which Elon Musk promised to do. I don't think that it's a done deal. I think that Elon Musk is looking at the stock price of Twitter today. What did it close at? $36 or $34?
Yeah, it's $36 and change.
Yeah, on Friday, and he has a $54 price tag. So I think he's negotiating to get a lower price tag on Twitter. And if not, we'll see what happens in court. In court, he'll either have to pay a $1 billion settlement fee and then a bunch of fees to his lawyers. So will Twitter. Twitter will have to disclose how many bots are actually on its platform. It's not in either one's best interest to have this be a long legal pursuit. So I think we're going to see a lower price for Elon Musk to purchase.
Yeah, that's nothing for Elon Musk. Chris, about 30 seconds. He was pretty quiet on social, but about 6 hours ago he did post. He said they said I couldn't buy Twitter. Then they wouldn't disclose bot info. Now they want to force me to buy Twitter in court. Now they have to disclose bot info in court. So I saw that. I said, this is typical Elon Musk. Do you think this is a done deal?
Look, this Twitter Elon Musk marriage is reminding me of a Vegas marriage where you're having a great time and then you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh my God, what have I done? I think Elon Musk is having those same type of thoughts right now.
Yeah, I do think, though, I think it's already a win for Elon Musk in many ways. He's restarted this debate about, the power that these social media companies have. In many ways, I think he's already won. But Kelly, I think there's a Ron DeSantis angle to this whole thing, on top of, Trump, of course, trying to push Truth Social. Panel, we'll do this again top of the hour. Great start to a new week. Look forward to seeing you in just a little bit.